Peace. Speaking easy with Coach. I'm out here at Muhammad Ali Avenue at Nat Turner Park. Ordinarily, I go jogging. It's a morning edition, but not a morning in the basement edition. Ordinarily, I go jogging. I go to Springfield. Sometimes I go to Weequay Park. Time to time, I go to Westside Park, but their field is all ripped up. They need to fix that, and the cats in the neighborhood need to keep it right. But time to time, I like to come down here to Nat Turner Park. You may notice some of the installations, artwork, metalwork from Jerry Gant, my late friend and brother. But yeah, man, I just wanted to showcase this, especially and speak to just speak in regard to Gant in general. Walk and show this other piece. I'm thinking of I had met him in the 80s. A lot of people, when they met Jerry, it was like the 90s sometime, late 90s, mid 90s. Some met him in 2000s or whatever. But I met Gant in the mid 80s, and I met him through my cousin, whom he had a relationship with. And what I recall was this sounds messed up, but it's real. He just seemed weird. Everyone looked at him, you talked to him, he say hi and everything, but he just seemed weird. Came to find out, when they say he's an artist, it's crazy. It was like, oh, that's why he's weird. He's an artist, but it wasn't like that. But things I came to realize, like it through me, I had learned from him. He didn't listen to one type of music. He wasn't just a listen to Michael Jackson pop or listen to early hip hop or whatever, or listen to R&B. He wasn't like that. I think he listened more to reggae, Steel Pulse, Black Uhuru, conscious rap. Not even like Bob Marley, which was more commercial, you could say. I dare to say with Bob Marley, yeah, his music was a little more commercial. But he liked to listen to the revolutionary reggae, but he also listened to a lot of punk rock. Not like I'd pick up one of his tapes, like, you listen to this? And he's like, yeah, like, you don't. And that actually got me open to listen to a lot of different types of music. Like when in time, way later, when I was listening to Portishead and whatnot, I got into that and I told him about it. He was like, you just now listening to Portishead? Like, you didn't hear them before? So he was into a lot of music. And that goes back to his graffiti background that a lot of people don't know. When they see graffiti, they think hip hop, wild style, and the reality is that when you see graffiti, you should think musically it's actually more associated with punk rock. So, which in fact, I started listening to a little more like Pink Floyd, and that's a little different, but not so punky, I don't think. But I started listening to other things, and it was largely because of him in the 80s, and there was a lot of things that went on in the 80s, and not for nothing, a lot of people didn't survive the 80s. And I always used to say he was one of the people that somehow, some way managed to survive the 80s. And I'll be honest, this is largely why he was able to survive the 80s, because his art was what was most important to him. Some people, I can say this because that was my boy. Some people would say he was what was so important, because he had a vision of himself, and he focused on that vision of himself. He figured like nobody else would do for him. So hey, he had to do for himself. He had to look out for himself. So some people took him to be a little selfish. But for those of us who knew him, I should say. But I say those of us who know him know. Yeah, there may have been an air of selfishness, but it wasn't really selfishness. If you were good people, he wasn't selfish to you. He just wanted you to know, I'm that dude. Like a lot of MCs, a lot of poets, a lot of artists, they want you to know they don't back down. They just as good as anybody else. But yeah, just wanted to, like I said, I like going other places to jog in the morning. Figured I'd come here today and showcase some of the artwork. And I'm especially looking at this piece right here with, I don't know who about to say something, but I'm trying to keep it clean for kids. I don't know who put this W with this. I don't know if it looks like whiteout or whatever. Maybe the next time I come out, bring some kind of cleaning solution and get rid of it, because I'm stuttering now because I'm about to start saying some words. So I'm gonna keep it clean. Yo, you speaking easy with the coach. Peace.